All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got another fucking mediocre YouTube video. Intro going to be coming soon. Still working on it. I kind of want to talk about my weekly outlook. We've got elections this week. I think we have FOMC. It's a really big news week. We've just got a fuck ton of bullshit. Let's put the mic down. So, and then I'm also going to go over my trade from last Friday, which was like 66 points on ES overnight. Kind of how I found it, thought it through. So let's start on a blank chart real quick. Yeah, just so we can kind of wrap it up. Be solid. Okay, so going into last week, we had a really big downside move. We ended up rejecting up here around this 5,900, which personally, I really thought we were going to go to all-time highs. I was wrong. So not a great sign, but we do have some, I think we still have some tech earnings, but didn't help with Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, all that good bullshit. Earnings reports were pretty decent around the board. But yeah, I kind of want to talk about one of my trades I had. So I'm gonna go back into here. Okay, so going in, this was Tuesday. We had this failed breakout right at 8,900. Not a great sign. Going into this, I kind of saw we had this little bit of a trend line forming. We kind of had broken out a little bit around previous resistance. I was hoping we were going to kind of break out, use this 5,900 support, and then start to leg up with NQ catching a bid. But going into this, we were approaching these lows at 5,800. So I grabbed my volume profile. I was taking this swing low back from August all the way to now. As you can see, POC is down here at 56.92. Main thing is we had this extreme low volume zone. You can see these nodes down here, super low volume. So off the start, looking in, I wanted to see this area of 26 to 33 be held as an immediate support. Place to go long if you want to kind of push to the upside. So the whole thing is you're going to see these zones, okay? I'm not going to get too much into it, but the market moves like this and so forth, okay? It's just basically ranges of a fair buying zone, or you can call it, shit, I'm blanking out. Actually, let me pull up the trade real quick. So basically, you have imbalances and then balances in the market. Okay, so your imbalances are these big moves up, big moves down. Your balances are when we see sideways. So you can see balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance, and then hopefully you guys know the move. But immediate support you could see right here. Okay, hopefully everyone sees this. Hopefully everyone understands this. Really big low volume zone. Okay, this was previous support. Okay. Previous resistance. So we've got so many great things here. Previous all-time highs, previous resistance turned into support. Okay, price is coming down. We're looking to break this 5,800, which is basically kind of the range we had, 5,800 to like 5,930. So I was really looking to long down here as we were going down, and I'm not the biggest fan of knife catching, but you can see here we enter this low volume zone. Okay, we can even break this down to a different time frame. Okay, we're going to see what price does, all the way through. I guess I'll just let this play out. Look at that. Beautiful fucking, incredible trade if you had taken it. Now, I wasn't really targeting 03. I was really targeting 5,800, or kind of like where we put this low in before we ended up breaking it. If you want to zoom out and change time frames, a good TP was basically looking. We also had another smaller low volume zone here, which was just really small. But also, we had a high volume node right next to a low volume zone. Not perfect, but like, I mean, basically was a good area to take profit. We got previous high here, a little bit of support. So this was kind of my main target, and I do wish I probably held some more of my position. But I can pull up the trade. I can pull up. I only took a couple pictures of it. Let's see right here. So you can see I was in at 37. I ended up taking half my position off into 60 because I was up all night, and that's where we had a wall of liquidity. Really, really, really clean trade. And then I ended up taking off my other half at 5,800 because I'm a bitch and I should have held, but I'm glad I didn't. So very, very nice trade. I mean, you can see here, I mean, it was pretty perfectly set up. It was absolutely beautiful, and I didn't have the best entry, but I was pretty happy with mine because I ended up chasing it a little bit. And I should have swung it, or not swung it, but I should have swung it from Thursday, and then I should have added more. But really good trade. So looking at our volume profiles, again, let's take it down to the 2 hour. We can even take these lows from here. So two things, and this is kind of what I'm starting to think. We're currently in this balance zone between, like basically, 34 to fucking 806. Okay, so I'm just going to mark out our little balance range where you can see where the most amount of volume is. Okay, our next one is going to occur all the way down here. Honestly, it's probably going to occur right here. Okay, so hopefully you guys are following me. So here's our next area of balance, as you can see. Okay, here's the previous area that we're kind of stuck in. Okay, so all you're really looking for is us to break pretty much this low volume zone, and I'd assume we'd move to 5,700, which is where that POC is going to be. But for right now, you're really going to want to probably, your best shorts are going to be off 5,800. Over that, possibly 830, maybe even 811. Your best longs are going to be down here at 24 all the way to like 37, 39, 40. What we're looking for. If we want to go, I don't know if I'm going to chart out our hourly zones just because I'm not on my ultra wide right now. I mean, I guess I can. But like, hopefully you guys can see some pretty common, like, here's definitely a really good support, which ends up being a low volume zone. And I'm just going to mark out just like the basics for right now. I won't get too crazy into it. Hopefully you guys can kind of see this. But going in, I assume we kind of stay in that balance range that we're in. It is a relatively larger range. That's the only issue. A lot of people are going to be thinking to short to fucking save their lives. Personally, I'm not. And even here, like, there is some smaller, like, I would just call them areas of low volume. Like, a 840 short would be fucking incredible. I don't know if we get it. Ideally, I would love to see us go down here and break these lows, go to POC, then we start bullshitting price action here. Because once we do, we'll see where where volume starts to accumulate. We can go all the way down here, get a better picture. So, like, yeah, you can see here, going back, I will definitely be keeping this 56.79. That's a beautiful low volume zone. We've got a couple smaller ones here, but this whole area is relatively low volume. So once we break out of, I would say, like, once we get under 78 or 56.78, we could fall really, really quickly to all the way to 628, and then we'll start to kind of maybe make a base around 620 all the way down to 55.85. That's where I would like to see us do. But right now it's going to be tough. We've got this POC. We could chop here for a week, 2 weeks. You could see this. When was this period? This was 19 all the way to 03. So yeah, we can definitely be in there for 2 weeks. So I wouldn't be swinging puts or being short for a long time. Also, our value area high is around 808 for going back all the way to April. So we've got a lot to do. Definitely be careful. You can also play your extremes. You know, yes, you could scalp. You can get really good trades. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just looking at kind of like the bigger picture. And that's where I'd like to see. Let me find what news we have this week. Okay, so we've got nothing really today. We've got ISM, presidential election, congressional election, bond auction. This should be kind of fun. It's 10-year. Nothing too crazy. I'm not really sure how we're gonna react with elections. We'd probably see a move into Globex. I wouldn't really swing anything or be looking to like, oh, I'm gonna hold shorts overnight. We've got here FOMC on the 7th. That should be fun. You know, ideally, you know, if we kind of work our way up into this 5,800 to like 5,820 area into that FOMC, that's probably the most ideal. And then if we wanted to go like really crazy, you know, maybe we come up here, test these, you know, this kind of area of resistance at 850. That I would be ideally looking to go short there, as well as short around our VAH or value area high. We have unemployment claims, unemployment rates, and then I think that's it for the week. So pretty big impact week. I don't expect much tomorrow into Tuesday. I really, you know, it's into FOMC week, so just be careful. Don't do something stupid. I'll definitely be looking at some flow and stuff like that. But I would assume they push us higher, unless they want to break these lows, go to POC. So yeah, that's kind of my weekly outlook. Nothing too crazy, but hopefully you guys can kind of take from that. This low volume trade was, that's so damn near perfect. I mean, it was so beautiful, in my opinion. But we've got a couple big areas of balance that we'll have to see. So, yeah, daily outlook for next week. Next video, I will definitely have a better intro.